Say to yourself, why not me? You can challenge a description, angels. You can ask questions. There's that and so many more ways, angels, that you can think outside the box. I am Heather Buzzard of Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves, where we uplift and inspire you to become more who you truly came here to be. Angels, we thank all of you for joining us today here live as we continue on our theme of the month, which is freedom. And we put a post up here on our channel, in our community, called Freedom, and it's the freedom to choose. So that's our topic, and our posting is freedom. Awesome post over there. Angels, go ahead over there and read it. Join our community. Like, subscribe to our channel. Share with me who it is you are, what it is that you like to be, do, and have, and how you may feel free in your life. Yet, before we get started, as I said, we have our post in our community. Personal responsibility is freedom. Do you believe that? Think about that. Personal responsibility is freedom. Yet, before we move forward, grab your favorite drink. Angels, take a sip of your favorite drink. Today, I am trying something new. I don't usually drink lemonade, yet I saw this in the store and I said, well, let me just see what this is about. It's called mango lemonade, and I love mango, so I'm going to try it and see. Not bad. Mango lemonade, angels. Try something new. That's a way to think outside the box. So sit back and relax as we speak about the freedom to choose. Do you really believe that? Do you believe that you have the freedom to choose whatever it may be, whatever you desire, whatever is in your heart, whatever dream you have, no matter how long it's been, whether you have thought about it or not? Do you really believe that you have the freedom to choose? I asked some people this question earlier this week, and it was interesting to hear the responses, because some were like, well, yeah, I believe I have the freedom to choose, yet, I really can't choose this because of the government, and I can't choose that because of the finances, and I really can't choose what healthcare because of my employer, and et cetera, so on. Yet again, I ask, really, angels, do you really believe you have the right to choose? Because if you do believe that, then you have the right to choose a different employer that does offer health care. You have the right to choose a different pathway that offers more money if that's something that you desire in your life. You have an opportunity to shift away from government and into independence or interdependence with your community and see prosperity manifest in that way. And that's one thing that I personally, Buzzard's Corner of Love as well, is doing. We got a phone call just the other day asking to come speak in the community at this health fair that they're having in September. And I met this lady at the airport, angels, and just gave her my card, told her who I was about and whatnot. And she's seen me since then. And I felt very honored to come and speak and talk about shame and breaking shame, and how we as a people, as a collective humanity, are really choosing in the next 2 years to be free of shame, guilt, disappointment, old stories, old ideas, dreams that our parents may have wanted us to be, do, or have, situations that we got ourselves into because somebody else convinced us to get into it. We're going to have the opportunity to step away from employment as robots and AI come more and more into play, and really trust in our creative and imaginative self and go back to what that dream was that you had as a child. Think about that. Angels, freedom to choose. And it's interesting because I tell you, these topics always come up in my life. And just the other day, I was speaking with a friend of mine, and they said to me, Heather, why don't you choose what it is you really desire? And instead of going, skirting about it, do you believe that spirit won't bring you what you ask for? And I thought about that. And I said, well, Heather, you know you have the freedom to choose because you're choosing this, yet it's not really what you desire. So why don't you choose what it is that you desire? You tell your angels to think outside the box. I tell you, I use my own stuff on myself. So angels, I've shifted my perspective and I have chosen to believe that spirit universe will bring to me, lead me to what it is that I truly desire. And when that happens, I will share that with you as well. Yet it really is truly, angels, freedom to choose and believing that you have the freedom to choose. I'll give you an example here. Choice is one of the most powerful expressions of personal and spiritual freedom that we could ever have. Choice. Yet, on a spiritual realm, when you're in that knowingness, choice is an illusion, but we're not talking about that. Yet, from many spiritual perspectives, the ability to choose allows us to grow, remember, and align our lives with our deepest values, which is faith, trust, belief, confidence, self, empowerment, positivity, things of that nature. And I'm going to share with you 10 different ways, 10 unique ways that we choose every day, whether we're consciously aware of it or we aren't. We have the right to choose love over fear, angels. You might say, what? Love over fear? Yes. Anytime that you choose to think a negative thought in your life about anything, you're choosing fear. You have the right to choose love. You may say love. Yes, divine love heals everything. Love heals all situations, all trauma. I got through my open heart surgery 2 years ago on the basis of love. I kid you not. I shared that. It's on my YouTube channel. Every moment that we live presents us an opportunity to love, to have compassion, to forgive ourselves, to forgive others, and to understand, to have understanding rather than to have a spirit of fear. And I know on my journey, as I journey this spiritual path, that is the number one thing for me. Just let me understand. Spirit, once I can understand, then I can move forward, because it's that understanding that I take to move forward. Yet if you aren't able to understand, how are we able to move forward? And angels, we live in a world of confusion today. Just look at the world. So, and because we live in a world of confusion, a lot of people choose that fear. Yet we have the right to choose love over fear. Understanding rather than having fear or judgment. There's a lot of judgment, a lot of self-righteousness, a lot of self-entitlement that we witness today. That isn't positive. That isn't love. That is the opposite of love. And I think we as a society, as a collective consciousness, as humanity, have the opportunity to ask ourselves as a collective human being, is that who we are, or are we beings of love? We have the right to choose our perspective. And you may say, well, I don't think so. The news shapes my perspective. My family shapes my perspective. How I was raised shaped my perspective. And all of that may be true. Yet now, today, here in this present moment, if you're an adult, you have the right to choose your own perspective because you can think for yourself. And while we may be able to control the outside circumstances, we can choose how we interpret those and how we respond to that, to life's experiences, transforming challenges into opportunities. And that's what I personally myself do with my challenges in my life. I turn them into opportunities. And I have been through some challenges. And angels, all you need to do is pick up my book, Breaking Shame, Reclaiming My Identity, available on Amazon.com. And I guarantee you this book will uplift and inspire and encourage you to break your shame and to break through those challenges that may be holding you back from really being, doing, and having all that you came here to be, do, and have. Angels, do you believe that you have the right to choose inner peace? Or do you leave that to somebody else? Will. Peace isn't dependent on external circumstances or situations. Yet internally, we can choose to practice peaceful thoughts And we can practice positive attitudes that cultivate an emotional balance of happiness and joy. Joy is a quality that we cannot buy. Joy is a quality that we were born with. Do you tap into your joy? Yes or no, angels? It is totally up to you. Ask yourself that. Do you tap into your joy? Joy is what is missing in this world. Yet over the next 2 years, because we are in the Aquarian age, and we have this opportunity now, truly, angels, to step in and to let go of all of this fear, doubt, anger, disharmony, unforgiveness, bitterness, all of that. And we will see our health change as well. And when we feel good and when we're happy and we're skipping around and laughing, hi, angels, I see all of you out there. Hi, Nikki. All of you. When we're really happy in life, angels, that's joy. Look at the children. They actually have joy in their life when they're out there in the world. So we have the opportunity to choose our own inner peace and not have it rely on external conditions. And in the news today, if you are one that listens to news, I guarantee you don't have inner peace, or social media, because all they talk about is negative, negative, negative. You have the right to choose personal growth. Do you believe that? Personal growth meaning every day you have the freedom to remember, to heal, develop new skills, develop a new way of thinking, become a more authentic version of yourself. That's what Buzzard's Corner of Love is all about. I pride myself on authenticity because there are very few people in this world who are authentic. I tell my angels, don't put me on a pedestal. I am no better than you. I will fall off that pedestal. I put my guru on a pedestal and she fell off that pedestal. I am a work in progress, such as yourself, taking one step in front of the other. So angels, you have the right to choose personal growth if you choose. And you can always get help here at Buzzard's Corner of Love. There's help out there in the world. There's a lot of online groups that will help you, a lot of groups on Facebook that will help you. And like I said, we are moving into the health and wellness era where we have to purge all of this negative energy that we've ingested over the last 10 years, truly. Angels, we have the right to choose forgiveness. I can hear some people say, I don't want to choose forgiveness. I used to be in that space. I didn't want to choose forgiveness either. Yet, forgiveness is a conscious decision, angels, that allows you to release resentment and to make a space for feeling good about who you are. I tell you, I wouldn't be standing here today speaking with any of my angels out there if it weren't for my willingness to forgive myself. Breaking my shame, angels, help me forgive myself. And then through breaking my shame and forgiving myself, Amazon.com, I was able to break shame in other areas of my life and forgive the other people in my life as well. And it makes a big difference in your life, angels. Truly, the freedom of forgiveness. And forgiveness is key if you choose to be happy and if you choose to tap into that inner joy, because you aren't able to truly experience that inner joy if you have bitterness, anger, and resentment. Might as well forget it. Angels, you have the right to choose authenticity. That's right. Authenticity. And in choosing authenticity, you can allow yourself to be authentic with who you are. And in being authentic with who you are, you can allow yourself to walk in that humility, to be able to walk in that transformative state of beingness, to truly let yourself know that being an authentic person allows you to really be a unique individual. What does authenticity mean to you? Seriously, angels, ask yourself that. And how many authentic people have you truly met in your life? Just ask yourself that. And that's why I pride myself on authenticity, because it is through authenticity, angels, that has allowed me to shine my light, for people to feel my energy, to know that I am true, to know that Buzzard's Corner of Love is a safe space, is a safe haven. And a lot of people need that safe space and need someone just to hear them. Angels, you have the right to choose healthy boundaries. We choose unhealthy boundaries. Why not choose healthy boundaries? Honoring our emotional, our physical, our spiritual well-being includes choosing relationships and environments that support our growth and respect our ideas, respect who we are as a human being, as well as we're able to respect that environment and the people in that environment. And I tell you, angels, on my journey, and this book will definitely show you that. Breaking Shame, Reclaiming My Identity will show you the disrespect that I used to carry in my life. I didn't give a damn about anybody or anything back in these days. And you will see that shift from this person to who I am today. And it is because the spiritual principles saved my life. And I encourage any person who may not know who or whose they are, step on that spiritual path and allow spirit to guide and lead you. So by being able to set healthy boundaries, you can experience healthy relationships in your life, angels. And when you experience healthy relationships in your life, then you feel good about who you are. And that's why we're here, to feel good. We have the right to choose faith and trust instead of disbelief and doubt. During uncertain times, we can choose to pray. We can align ourselves with spirit. We can align ourselves with positive energy. And we can allow ourselves to let spirit guide us into a clearer meaning of what may be happening. We can respond to situations through faith and trust instead of reacting through fear, doubt, and anxiety. These are all tips, angels. If you really choose freedom in your life, this is how you get there. I know, because I've implemented them. And freedom is my number one value. I was born free. I was set free at birth to be, do, and have whatever I chose. And the 10th one, angels, is the right to choose purpose. Do you know what your purpose is? Why you are here? Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves. My purpose is to uplift, encourage, inspire you using the spiritual principles in my life to testify about the goodness of God and how that's worked in my life, to give you examples through books, digital courses, just being that example and being the cheerleader for the universal principles and the laws of the universe. It works if you work it. So angels, right there are 10 ways that we have the ability to choose. And believe me, you're choosing all 10 of these every day, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. Yet, how come you don't become conscious and really write the script that you choose to write, instead of having your environment write it for you, or your friends write it for you, or your family write it for you, or your government write it for you, or Fox News write it for you? I mean, why not write your own script? Take your power back. And that's what the government thrives on, angels. For us to give them our power, they thrive on that. I don't. And our politics is our spirituality demonstrated. So that speaks volumes right there. So angels, as I wrap up this topic, choice is one of humanity's greatest gifts. God gave us free will. Think about that. God gave man free will. And I hear a lot of people say, well, if God is God, how come God isn't coming down and stopping the wars and stopping people? And how come the people who are stealing and raping and all that, how come they're not getting their retribution? Yet we tend to forget God gave us free will, gave humanity free will. And as humanity has chosen to use its free will to bomb each other, we've used it to kill our children. We've used it to rape people. We've used it to murder people. We've used our free will so much to take advantage of people, to steal. All of this. This is the world. Yet we also have the free will to change that and instead use our free will to build community, to build family, to build an environment of love. Divine love heals everything, and love will always win in the end. Negativity and fear will never win. It may have its moment, yet it will never win, because in the end, angels, it's all God, and God is nothing except love. So knowing that choice is one of humanity's greatest gifts, each decision that you choose to make, angels out there in my world, whether big or small, shapes your character. It shows the world who you are. And it shows what type of relationship you have with yourself and with others. And it also shows your spiritual journey with your higher self, or whatever it is that you call God. By choosing with awareness, angels, integrity, and love, you can become an active participant in writing out your story and creating your life, one that has high values and is of deep truth. And I pride myself on deep truth and high values. I truly do. Buzzard's Corner of Love is made for that. And in order to be that example, I've had to become that authentic person, to become open and to allow this person to become a story in my life. Angels, a story in my life. Amazon.com. So, what do you choose? Even one intentional choice can begin a path toward greater freedom, healing, and fulfillment. And angels, you're worth it. And why do you say that? I know you're worth it because I'm worth it. And there's only one of us, individualized expressions of the one energy. Your love, living one vibrational energy. What do you choose? You have the freedom to choose. And whether you're consciously aware of it or not, angels, you're choosing every day, every moment, every minute of every day. You can choose to smile, or you can choose to be upset. You can choose to laugh, or you can choose to yell. You can choose to be at peace, or you can choose to be angry. You can choose to walk through your day knowing that you're not going to let anything outside of this realm of consciousness disturb your peace, if you so choose to. Angels, God gave us free will. And that's what we're using in this world. Our gift of free will that God has given us. So knowing that God has given us this gift of free will, what do you choose to do with that gift of free will in the choices and in the making and shaping of your life? Takes belief, takes faith, takes trust. Truly it does. And it takes a deep knowing that you are worth it. I know that for you. You are worth it. Taking a deep breath, angels. Taking another. Taking a third. Taking this fourth deep breath. And this fifth one representing the fifth chakra, our throat chakra. Taking that energy and release all that that no longer belongs to you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this day, this space, and this opportunity right here, right now, that we've all had to come together to remember who we are and whose we are in truth, God, knowing that there's only one power, one presence, act of God in our life and in this world, and that is the all-loving goodness of you, Spirit. We say thank you for our freedom to choose. We say thank you for the gift of free will, knowing that we will use that gift of free will with positiveness, with the love that is instilled in our beingness. We give thanks that we have the opportunity to mold, shape, and create our life in any way that we see fit. We give thanks that we can choose off the buffet table of life anything that we desire, knowing that all we need to do is hold fast to that true faith, trust, faith, and belief, knowing that in time, divine timing, all things come into manifestation. It takes faith, it takes trust, it takes belief, and knowing that I am, God is, we are one. Worthiness, we are all worthy. God, we here at Buzzard's Corner of Love say thank you as we release these words into the universe, knowing that it is done, perfect, whole, and complete. And together, angels, we simply say, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Angels, the freedom to choose. What do you choose? I know that I choose to be free. And with that freedom comes happiness, joy, and the ability to create my life and to live my best life now. Angels, you too can do that. Next week, Buzzard's Corner of Love is going to be on the road. Angels, we're going to be live from Culver City Marriott Hotel. That's right. And we're going to wrap up our month of freedom with personal, spiritual freedom and the difference between them. We'll wrap that up on the road live coming from Culver City Marriott Hotel. Angels, like, subscribe to our channel, join our community. You can go to buzzardscorner.com, buzzardskor.ner, Buzzards Corner with the K.com. Angels, start or end your day with a positive blog post over there. You've got our coaching packages over there. You can pick up my book, Breaking Shame, Reclaiming My Identity, off Amazon.com. My other book, 5 Pillars for Life or Death, What Are You Choosing? That's also an ebook too, Angels. You can get that. That is off of Lulu.com. And my ebook, 8 Easy Steps to Improve Your Life Now, is also available at Lulu.com. Angels, you can follow us on Facebook, X, and all social sites. Well, until next week when we're live on the road, Angels, I am Heather Buzzard of Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves. I love all of you out there.